Okay.
We have sound.
Yes, we have sound.
Oh, no.
Here. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to get started here in just a moment. So if you could go ahead and take your seats, we will begin our program in just a moment. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. You battled the cold and snow. You battle hard in Colorado view, right? We are so grateful to have you here today. My name is Micah Smith. I am a 5 p.m. anchor and social equity reporter for Denver 7. I'm also the president of the Colorado Association of Black Journalists. And I am so honored to be your MC this afternoon. Especially because we are presenting this year's Juanita Gray Community Service Awards, and we're celebrating Blacks in Colorado's Hall of Fame. So we are in for a treat this afternoon. I want you to please be aware that today's celebration is being recorded. We are streaming this event live on Zoom. So for those of you that couldn't join us in person, we understand, but we're grateful that you're taking time out of your day to still be present with us. We have an incredible lineup of nominees this year. And again, celebrating the induction of 3 remarkable leaders into the Hall of Fame. I'm sure you're all excited to learn more about them. But for now, I'd like to introduce Danielle C. Brooks of Global Change Network USA, who will lead us with an invocation.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I will also disclaim that some of you may recognize me also as the marketing manager of Denver Public Library. However, I set that hat aside for a moment and also take great honor and privilege to take a moment to give honor and glory to the head of my life personally, and ask that you join me in giving thanks to our blessed creator, sovereign one of the universe, known by many names and yet above them all. Spirit of life and abundance, spirit of love, community, and justice. Thank you for all that you are. Thank you for the opportunity to gather in person at this newly renovated educational and cultural gym. We ask that you bless each nominee, awardee, and inductee among us, as well as those unable to join us today. May their accomplishments move each of us to live, love, work, and serve with excellence. We also honor those who have gone on to join our ancestral cloud of witnesses. We celebrate not only their individual successes, but also their collective impact on the Denver community, the state of Colorado, and our nation. Help us to remain focused on the things that future generations can continue to build upon with confidence. And may we thrive in all that we are called and commissioned to do in you. We thank you and we bless your great name and your glorious kingdom forever and ever. So let it be. Ashe. Amen. Thank you, Danielle. That was beautiful. I'm Michelle Jeske. I'm the city librarian and executive director of the Denver Public Library, and it's my deep pleasure to welcome you to the Denver Public Library, and specifically our wonderful Blair Caldwell African American Research Library. I'd like to start by acknowledging with respect, as a non-native person, that the land on which we stand, live, and learn is the traditional territory of the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho peoples. I also recognize the 48 contemporary tribal nations that are historically tied to the lands that make up the state of Colorado. It is also imperative to acknowledge that libraries, as most modern U.S. institutions, benefit from an economy and an infrastructure built by the forced labor of enslaved Africans denied basic humanity despite many contributions. I am grateful to everyone here today as we celebrate the Juanita Gray Community Service Awards, the Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame, and its return to the Blair Caldwell African American Research Library. If you are unable to find seating, the Wilma J. Webb Archives Room on the second floor is available as an overflow room and is streaming today's ceremony. I also want to welcome the people online that are watching us at home on this snowy day. A lot has changed at the Denver Public Library, and I am immensely proud of the organization's progress in just the last few years. Thanks to the support of Denver voters through Strong Library, Strong Denver, we've been able to expand hours, reduce our materials wait times, and very importantly, adjust staff pay. We've also hit the ground running with several major construction projects. And what better example than this very library that we're in today, the beautiful Blair Caldwell African American Research Library. Just last year, this library celebrated 20 years of serving this community and reopened its doors after a more than years-long renovation made possible by the 2017 Elevate Denver Bond Program. If you haven't had the chance to explore the library and its renovations, I hope you do so after the ceremony. The renovation added brand new study rooms, a very popular teen space, and many, many modernizations to the infrastructure throughout the first floor especially. Thanks to the leadership of Branch Supervisor Jamaica Lewis and the help of handprint architecture, the first floor of the library now captures Denver's Black history with beautiful images from our special collections and our spectacular installation by local artist Sam McNeil. Please take time to check it all out. More recently, Denver voters also helped fund some needed refreshes to this floor and the second level below us through the Strong Library, Strong Denver, supported by the DPL Fund. We are very appreciative of the Denver community and all who have continued to support these awards and the Denver Public Library. Denver Public Library has indeed had a momentous past few years, and the road ahead is just as important, if not more now than ever. Despite challenges to the institution of the public library across the nation, libraries have continued to endure. They remain relevant by staying true to the values of intellectual freedom and welcoming the curious, always. They adapt by creating spaces for communities and listening to all, including the most marginalized. Libraries not only uplift diverse voices, but also celebrate them, which is what we are doing here today. Our promise to the Denver community is to reliably offer welcoming spaces where all, and we mean all, are free to explore and connect. Community events such as this speak to Denver Public Library's commitment to continue to be a beacon of knowledge and community. We've kept this streak going for over 130 years and will continue to do so by keeping our doors open to all. We also encourage you to check out our website for exciting events in celebration of Black History Month. Visit denverlibrary.org for all information. Now for the gratitude. Thank you so much to our hardworking DPL staff, not only here at Blair Caldwell African American Research Library, but the many other staff who contribute every day and who helped with the Juanita Gray selection. I also want to thank the Juanita Gray Selection Committee, those of you who are participating now and those of you who have helped throughout the years. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to acknowledge some special guests who are joining us here today and that I see amongst the crowd. And if you could just wave or stand, either way, I would appreciate it. We have our Juanita Gray family here with us today, as we always do. I would like to acknowledge Cedric Buchanan, a library commissioner and Juanita Gray Commission sponsor. And of course, all of our library commissioners, current and past, and our DPL Friends Foundation board and staff who may be here as well. And of course, our nominees and our award winners here in the front of the room. I'm very proud of everything that you've accomplished, and I'm super excited to celebrate with everybody else your acknowledgements and contributions. So for now, I will turn it back over to Micah. Thank you again for coming out on such a gloomy day. We're going to make it bright and cheerful.
Thank you for those opening remarks, Michelle. It is my pleasure to introduce the renowned jazz pianist and group Cornell Steen and the 5 Points Ambassadors as they perform Lift Every Voice and Sing. Now, this will be a congregational approach, so we need all of you to join in. We do have lyrics there in your program, but if you would go ahead and locate those lyrics, we'll get started here on that in just a minute.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. It is God's gift that we are here today, and I want to say something. Normally there is a soloist, so what I shall do is give you an introduction, and if there's anybody in here, we call it waving instead of directing. I will do this from the piano, and I'll have my back to you, unfortunately. So what I shall do is give you an introduction, and then we will start. And the lyrics are printed on the reverse side of the program. I think everybody knows this, and because this is a hymn, I always put an amen on the end. Okay, thank you very much. You look so beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay. Oh, yes. A matter of protocol, we ask that everyone please stand and that the gentleman please remove your hats, your headgear. Okay, thank you for the reminder. That's everybody, including me.
Full of the faith and the dark night and darkness. Sing a song full of the hope that the ransom has brought us. All right, slowly, felt in our yeah, we got sin. Now we come to the place. We have come. We have come over a way that the tears have been watered. We have come turning our hand to the love of the Son. Out of the eyes, till now we stand. With the one lead of our song is held. I'm saying this like a prayer. Thou who hast brought us the gods for all. Oh, come on. Thou who hast found thy side, let us into the light. But forever in the we pray. Let's start together. Our feet straight from the places our God where we met. Come on, let our hearts fill with the wine of the worldly for and we take it home now. Shadow beneath. Amen. Oh, man. Come on. Oh, man. Last one. Thank you.
Thank you, Cornell team, the Five Points Ambassadors, our wonderful crowd here, and our impromptu director. We love that.
Brother Darrell Walker.
Brother Darrell Walker, taking us to church on a Saturday.
Amen. God is in this house.
All right. Juanita Ross Gray's work impacted the Denver Public Library and the greater Denver community. To speak more on the work of Juanita Ross Gray and our brilliant nominees, I'd like to welcome to the stage Denver Public Library Commission member and Juanita Gray Award Committee Chair, Cedric Buchanan.
Forgive me, as my mama would say, I'm NBA tall and NFL wide, so I got. Thank you, Michael. Again, my name is Cedric Buchanan, and I'm one of the Denver Public Library Commissioners and also committee chair for this event. Allow me to go ahead and tell you a little bit about this event and about the Juanita Gray themselves. The Juanita Gray Award honors Black folks who make outstanding contributions to the Denver metro area and who exemplify the ideals and spirits represented by Gray's commitment to the community. Juanita Ross Gray, or Nita, was a dedicated community advocate. She worked for Denver Public Library from 1965 through 1977, and during that time established an outreach program that helped bridge the gap between the library and the Black community. Mrs. Gray also chaired and led the creation of the very first Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame back in 1973. Her community and civic involvement in Denver spans nearly 4 decades, and she was recognized with numerous awards and honors during her lifetime. This passion and devotion to the Denver community inspired the library to create the Juanita Gray Community Service Awards in her honor. Mrs. Gray passed away in 1987, and she has long been memorialized with the honoring of leaders who have echoed her work. I'd like to extend a thank you to the Gray family for supporting the awards throughout the years and for joining us today. And with that, I'd now like to recognize this year's Juanita Gray nominees. When I call your name, please stand so you can be acknowledged. This year's 2024 Juanita Gray Community Service Award nominees are Sandra Douglas, Sandra may not be here with us at this moment, but for her advocacy for single mothers and commitment to social justice and equal treatment for all people. Jocelyn Green Turner. For her dedication to empowering the next generation of women leaders through her work. Granville Lee. For being a key player and role model in law enforcement and entrepreneurship. Juana Norris.
Joanna.
For her creative spirit that instills pride and heritage to all generations. Dr. Ronald D. Reeves. For his noble representation and commitment to the community. Stephanie Tavares Rance. For her purposeful conversations and thought-provoking films. Unfortunately, Stephanie was unable to make it today. Chandra Thomas Whitwood. For her journalism that uplifts and celebrates diverse voices. Anita Westbury. Yeah, that's my home group. For her positive impact on the community's youth and elders. Please read more about each nominee in today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Cedric, for that tribute to Juanita Gray. And now I have the great pleasure of kicking off the award presentation by announcing the first Juanita Gray Community Service Award recipient. Each recipient will have a few minutes to speak. Please make your way to the podium if your name is announced. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to present the first 2024 Juanita Gray Community Service Award to Chandra Thomas Whitfield. As Chandra comes up, I'm going to read a little bit about her accomplishments. Chandra Thomas Whitfield is an award-winning multimedia journalist who has dedicated her life to uplifting, acknowledging, and celebrating diverse voices in Colorado and beyond. Her work has been featured in local and national mediums, and she co-hosts and produces Colorado Matters, that's a public affairs show on Colorado Public Radio. She's covered many significant stories, including the historic number of Black women judges appointed by Governor Polis for Essence Magazine. Chandra has been a valuable member of the Denver community. I'm going off script here. She's also a member of CAB Chat. Chandra, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I didn't expect this, so I'm first, but just want to say thank you all so much for embracing me and my family. I've been here 12 years, and it was a huge transition moving from the Deep South in days like this in Atlanta and New Orleans, but just want to say thank you, and I just appreciate the support and for people opening up to me as a journalist and being able to tell these stories about the diverse communities that make Denver and Colorado so great. So please listen to Colorado Matters and send us your ideas. Thank you so much.
All right, congratulations, Chandra. And we have a presentation. Congratulations again, Chandra. The award is very much deserved. Hello, everyone. I form part of the Juanita, I'm part of the Juanita Gray Awards Committee. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm the branch supervisor of the wonderful Pauline Robinson Branch Library, located in Northeast Park Hill. And I am thrilled to announce the second award recipient for this year's Juanita Gray Service Awards. I now present the award to Joanna Norris. I now like to read Joanna's bio. Joanna Norris is a creative spirit who uses her talents of dance, song, and art to share the accomplishments of the Black diaspora with everyone she meets. Her determination to share the stories of Black people with children and educate and instill pride in heritage is powerful. Joanna has celebrated Black culture with the library and community for the last 2 decades, impacting Denver's youth for many generations. Not only does she foster their talents, but she reminds them that they are creating history right now. Joanna, would you like to say a few words?
Excuse me, I just want to thank the library for the nomination, thank my family, my friends, the community. I love it, and I do it for the love of the labor. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Chandra and Joanna. Let's give them an amazing round of applause. And now I would like to invite Pernell Steen and the 5 Points Ambassadors to provide another selection.
Well, thank you, Micah. Can everybody hear me? Well, they don't call me foghorn for nothing. Being a native Denverite and having seen the transition on our street over the last 82 years, I am dedicating something from the world's greatest composer. I mean, volumetrically and for his skills. I'm speaking of the wonderful monumental Duke. Yeah. You know, I've done a lifelong study of Duke. And for I'm dedicating this to someone who is the living legend of 5 Points and the living legend of Rocky Mountain jazz and world-class jazz. My 103-year-old cousin, Charlie. Oh, my God, yesterday. So this is dedicated to all of those legends of our past. Yes. And we're gonna do a little version of, by the way, we are the 5 Points Ambassadors. My guitarist, Juan Regensberger, is a world-class director, and he directed the 96-minute documentary film on the life of Charles Burrell entitled The Longest Walk. You can find it on Amazon Prime. Okay? And so anyway, I'll just say, do nothing till you hear from me. Oh, I'm sorry, and there's the deacon on the bass factor. I'm sorry, I'm old, tired. Ron Bland is a deacon because Charlie Burrell said yesterday, he will take you to church everywhere, and that's C-H-U-C-H. I did go to church, to school to say C-H-U-R, but here in East Denver, Carol, it's church. Church. All play. Yeah. Bottom black. Can I make one little announcement? If you would like to hear some more of this, the day after Kansas, no, I won't say that. The day after the Super Bowl, we will be at Dazzle. We will be at Dazzle, which is located at 1080 14th Street. And the Five Points Ambassador are doing a musical walk through African American history. The show starts at 6 o'clock. The entire band will be there. God bless you and thank you so very, very much.
All right, thank you again for our students in the Five Points Ambassador. Before I present this year's first inductee into the Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame, I wanted to speak a little bit more about this honor. The Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame was established in 1973 by Juanita Gray and other community members. This is a part of a cooperative venture for Black Heritage Month between the Denver Public Library and Denver Public Schools. The inaugural Hall of Fame began with the induction of 41 trailblazing inductees. Mrs. Gray taped oral histories of the living inductees, which are now housed in the Western History Department of the library. In 1985, as a part of the Ford Warren Branch Library's 10th anniversary celebration, an additional 4 Black Coloradans were inducted into this Hall of Fame. Since then, biannually, at least one person has been entered into the Hall of Fame series. The Hall of Fame honor is bestowed upon a Coloradan who has been the first Black person to accomplish a professional goal in their field and/or who has actively supported the Black community while achieving their goal. It is now my pleasure to induct one of our community members into the Denver Public Library's Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Adrian Miller.
Yeah.
I'd like to read just a little bit about Adrian. Adrian Miller is a Colorado community leader with a diverse range of accomplishments. He's worked in politics, including serving at the Clinton White House and on Governor Bill Ritter Jr.'s legislative and policy teams. In the faith community, he has led the Colorado Council of Churches for a decade and is a longtime leader at Campbell Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church. He recently curated an exhibit at the Museum of Boulder celebrating African American contributions to Colorado. Adrian is also a critically acclaimed food writer. You may know him as the soul food scholar. On numerous community nonprofit boards of directors. He also provides another service. If you ever need a food suggestion, Adrian is your guy. Congratulations, Adrian.
Well, thank you, Micah. I just want to thank Denver Public Schools and the Denver Public Library for this incredible honor.
Yes.
I just want to thank all the loved ones who've shown me so much love and support over the years that gave me the energy to do this. I want to give a shout out to my family. You just raise your hand real quick. My father, Hyman Miller Sr. My twin sister, April. My husband Stanley. They came out from Chicago for this. Then my brother Duran. And my brother Hyman Jr. And then shout out to Kenny and Christine. I know you couldn't make it up from Colorado Springs because of the snow, but thanks for watching online. So it's been an incredible journey. I've been blessed. I remember 30-something years ago when I was a lawyer practicing law and I hated it. It got to the point where I was singing spirituals in my office. And you know it's bad because white people were joining in. So what started this is I would come out of the Clinton White House and 20 plus years ago, I wanted to be your U.S. Senator. So I was trying to get back to Colorado and start my political career. The job market was really slow. I was watching a lot of daytime television. I'm embarrassed to tell you what shows. Gary. So in the depth of my depravity, I said, I should read something. So I went to a local bookstore, and on the bookshelf was this book called Southern Food at Home, on the Road in History by a guy named John Edgerton. And in that book, he wrote, the comprehensive history of Black achievement in American cookery has yet to be written. So I thought that was interesting. I tracked him down. I thought, because the book was 14 years old when I picked it up, and I thought, for sure, somebody has done this. And he said, you know what? Nobody's done it. There's always room for another voice, so why not yours? So that's what started this journey.
Yes.
So I got back to Denver, had a job with the Bell Policy Center in politics, but I was like a grad student. So we were blessed in this community to have a wonderful library system. So I went to the Denver Public Library, this library, and also the central location. And every night and on the weekends, I just grabbed everything I could about Black food. And it ended up being 3,500 oral histories of enslaved people, formerly enslaved people. I read those, looked for every reference for food. 500 cookbooks, used the interlibrary loan system. And then also read thousands of newspaper articles. In fact, I went through every issue of the Denver Star and Colorado Statesman, the Black newspapers that we had in Colorado. They're on microfilm at the Central Library. I read every single one of those. And that work, in addition to talking to people and eating my way through the country, led me to write my 3 books. So I wrote a book on the history of soul food, and that won the James Beard Award for Outstanding Literary Record. Then I wrote a book on the history of Black chefs in the White House called The President's Kitchen Cabinet. That got an NAACP Image Award nomination. And then I also read Black Smoke, which is a history of African American barbecue, because I was just tired of white dudes getting all the credit. And that won the James Beard Award as well. So if I can leave you with some points of inspiration, just that I've learned from my life experience in this journey is 1, be nice to people.
Yeah.
Amen.
Because a lot of things happened for me because I was nice to people. The way I got my White House job is a law school friend I was nice to remembered me when she got to the White House and they needed to do a quick hire. Also, find your bliss. If there's something that's singing to your soul and your heart, find a way to put your energy into that.
Amen.
And if you can make it your vocation, do that. Don't quit your day job. Just do that. And then the other thing I would say is, you gotta do the work. You heard about all the stuff that I read to become a self-appointed soul food scholar. And immediately lose street cred on that when I go to the South and people find out I'm from Colorado, but I don't care because I did the work. And then also share your dream.
Yes.
A lot of times we're told to keep things close, but good things have happened for me because I shared my dreams with others. And also I am a person of faith, so
Yeah.
trust God.
Yes, yes,
That'll get you through the dark times,
yes, yes, yes,
and it will sustain you through the journey.
yes.
So do what you can to be a part of history before we're all history. Thank you.
All right, and now I'd like to invite Michelle back out to our next induction.
Congratulations, Adrienne. You've been very nice to the library. I love the way you weave the library story into yours. We're very happy to have been able to help you on your journey. All right, now I have the honor to present our second inductee into Denver Public Library's Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame, the late William H. Witzel. Mr. Witzel was the first African-American male born in Colorado. In the historic mining town of Central City in 1866. His parents came west to help build the railroad and moved to Denver around 1870. Witzel passed away at the age of 77. As an adult, he worked as a brick mason, was dedicated to community service, and was an active member of the church. His strong work ethic, commitment to civic duty, and spiritual beliefs have been passed on to generations that have followed. I know that he has many, many family members here, so if you are able, if you could please stand or at least raise your hand so we can recognize you.
I am Janice Ivy, but I am the oldest living great-great-grandchild of William Witzel. And I can remember him when I was a little girl, he would come to see us. And my mother and my grandmother, who was his daughter, my grandmother was his daughter, they would be involved in talking to him, and they gave me a chance to go outside without them seeing me. So every time I would see Grandpa coming, I was happy to go. But I didn't realize who he really was until I was older. Then I began to investigate his life. I just went down to the main branch of the Denver Public Library and began to search his life and try to get some things together. And we had a couple of family reunion type things in his name. And then I quit, and a sister-in-law of mine took over. But he was a great man. He was a great man. And there's 5 generations of us living, and I am the oldest one.
Wow.
Congratulations to the Witzel family. I have the esteemed honor to present our final inductee. to this year's Blacks in Colorado Hall of Fame. Congratulations to retired Division Chief Charles T. Smith. Let me share with you what Mr. Smith has accomplished. Charles T. Smith served in the Denver Police Department for 36 years. Just the fourth Black division chief in the department's history. Charles played a key role in creating Metro Denver's Crime Stoppers program. He also established the Storefront program, a community-based space to engage community members with the police. Academically, he earned his bachelor's in physical education and his master's in sociology from the University of Colorado, Denver. Charles set a model example through his work to engage the community with the police department and has been a pillar in this community. Mr. Smith, can you please come forward?
Well, hello.
Hello.
The last time I was speaking to this many people, I was running the Crime Stopper program. But I just want to thank you all. It's so good to see you. I'm thinking about my family. Dr. Thomas Ernest McLean, who's the first licensed Black dentist in the state of Colorado. He had a set of twins, Ernestine and Josephine. And many of you may remember that Josephine, mom at least, Ernestine, Josephine passed away earlier. But mom ran a show wagon, and taught dance, charm, and all of these things. So I see a lot of heads bobbing. I think you remember. But I just want to say it's a pleasure and an honor to receive this. You know, the police department was not my first choice in getting involved in some sort of career. I ran track at Manual, ran track at CU, and won 100-220 in the last meet of the Big Seven. So I was going in a different direction, but I'm saying, well, I better get something very strongly and heavily established. And there were just a lot of things that came up that pointed me in the direction of the police department. And I'm glad I went, because that Crime Stopper program paid off. And I have to thank all of you that did see something going on and reported it, and we did something about it. That was the key thing about that program. But just here today, I am thankful for this recognition. And God bless you all.
Again, congratulations to all of our nominees, award recipients, and inductees. We applaud and salute all of you for your achievements and contributions to our community. I just want to say I moved here about 5 years ago, and I just knew I was going to spend 2 years here and be gone to the next city. And somehow 5 years later, I still find myself here, and it's because I have fallen in love with this community, how welcoming and warm all of you are, and how amazing you are, and how much you love community. It was felt from the moment I stepped foot into Denver. So thank you all for all that you do as well. Before we go, I would like to thank Colonel Steen and the 5 Points Ambassador. I'd also like to thank the 2024 Awards Committee and staff. I will call you by name. Danielle Brooks. Library Commissioner Cedric Buchanan. Sophia Evans. Sean Gray. Ray. Jayla Henson. Deborah Ho. Celeste Jackson. Hannah Miles. Annie Nelson. Terry Nelson. And Leslie Williams. And again, thank you to all of you for joining us this afternoon for this important celebration. Nominee recipients and inductees, please come up to the stage after the ceremony for photo opportunities. Everyone else, please stick around for refreshments immediately following the program. That'll be down on the first floor. So everyone, please enjoy the rest of your day and happy Black History.
We don't need a photo anymore, can we leave it?
I can take it, yeah, let me take that.